Hey, what up, everybody? This is steviebreech coming to you. Everybody's trying to find that magic potion that's going to keep the TNA boat afloat, trying to stop the water from flushing in from the hitting the Titanic iceberg. That was a couple of years ago. TNA is a good wrestling product to watch on Thursdays when you have a little bit of spare time, but I don't think anybody out there is really calling TNA the number one wrestling organization in the world right now. Every once in a while they pop up and they put, some pretty good stuff on. But really they're just trying to regain what they once were at one time. And Hulk Hogan's thrown out there that 90% of their problems is that they're not live and that they need to fix that. And once they do, they'll be fine. Now Spike TV has thrown their little thing in the game and they're moving Impact up an hour now to where it's going to start at 8 o'clock instead of at 9 o'clock. That way it has less competition, being the NFL and other sporting events that come along the way. Um, I think everybody knows this is not going to fix it. People watch TNA, for wrestling, but they tune out because of shitty angles and just bad writing and things that just doesn't make sense week after week after week. WB might cut short some angles, but most of the time those angles are angles that people just don't care about and they just get the message and they just move on. TNA sticks with it to the very, very end, and then at the very end, they give you some swerve. It doesn't make any sense at all. I think if you stick with your main guns and show the people that they want to see on TV, that's how you're going to keep people. The reason why people like me aren't watching is because people that we've been told is the franchise. The reason of TNA, guys like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, the guys that helped bring it to the top with Christian Cage and Kurt Angle back in 2005 and 2006, are just treated like mid carders at best. And I really love the stuff they did with the bringing up Storm and Rude. I think two homegrown talents is great for TNA. Two guys that they brought along through the singles ranks and through the tag team ranks and just made these guys real main eventers that you care about. But for every Storm and Rude, there's a Hogan and a Bischoff that are looking just to get their face on TV and get their 20 seconds of 20 more seconds of fame. I really don't know what they've done to help improve TNA. I think they've done everything they can do to take away its individuality with the six-sided ring, kill off the X division, even though they try to make it seem like it's a main focus of TNA with them giving it its own pay-per-view last year. There's no way in the world that it means the same thing it did years before they got there. TNA needs to get back to what's doing it right. I think that if Dave Lagana is the guy, that's the guy that is pumping in ideas there with Mr. Pritchard. I think that some of their stuff is working, but I think that there's too much focus over Bischoff and Hogan with them trying to fix it. I do not think that this time change is going to really affect it that much at all, but we'll see. If they can't sink any lower than they are now, I guess they could. But TNA, I'm a guy who really roots for you. I don't want to see you go down. I don't think that this world is, you know, I think it's big enough that we can have two cable companies have wrestling on, and I think that they could be against each other someday, and I think that could, make wrestling better. Let's just build toward good wrestling tomorrow. That's what we're all looking for. Thank you very much.